Hey y'all, what is going on? This is Jesse Boats on the 19th hole, and I decided to do a rookie playthrough for you all, for those of you that are playing in the rookie, for the 9-hole Easter Cup Tournament. So hopefully this will help you all out. If anything, kind of lets you know what the course looks like and some of the ways that I decided to play these holes, and just a quick run through that I had this morning. So hole 1 is a par 4. I'm going to be playing the shot to the right-hand side. With the extra mile, I go with a Titan ball because I want to make sure I have the distance to play the shot. You could probably get away with a power 2 ball if you want to go full over power, or if you have higher level extra mile clubs. But for the purpose of just wanting to make sure I got the shot over, I went with the Titan ball. But definitely, if you don't have Titan balls, the Katana will work as well. So full top spin, a couple bars of left spin. We make our adjustment at plus 10%, and then we push our shot back up to max. I go with a little bit of right curl here, and then I do hit great right. Thankfully, I have that couple bars of left spin on this shot, so that's going to kind of help push this ball to the left, and we will hang on to the right side of the fairway here on that drive. So we'll probably be in long iron range, I would guess, for this next shot. Now, I want to show you my opponent's method here real quickly. You can always play it up to the left-hand side with like an extra mile, and then you'd bring a wood to play the shot to the hole. That's kind of the casual, conservative way to play it. But this way of playing it here was fairly interesting as well. He did go with a power 3 ball and a big topper and a little bit of overpower. But as you're going to see, this shot is actually going to get him over the water, and it's going to roll him up into the fairway, where he'll have a much nicer wood shot to the green than if he had played it just conservatively to the left-hand side, which would create much longer shot. So from there, he can just bounce his shot straight over the bunker and towards the hole. So for the shot here, I'm going to be playing this one at 0 elevation. It looks pretty flat right there, and it looks like we're going to be playing this one with a long iron as well. We're going to be playing it at min distance though. As you can see, we're right at min. So 0% elevation at min distance. So from here, you're going to adjust your spins. You're going to use a fair amount of backspin, a little bit of right spin, just kind of straighten out that ball guide to the hole. And then you want to land the ball guide probably about a square short of the hole here on this one, because you do take into consideration that little bit of extra push for the extended ball guide and tailwind. So we make our adjustment here, which is not a whole lot at min distance with the backbone. Unfortunately, we hit great to the right, and this one's going to come in nicely, really good speed, but it comes in great to the right. So perfect ball, would have been really close, and it's definitely a really solid way to play this hole in my opinion. So for hole number 2, this is a par 3, and you can play this one with either a Viper or a Sniper. If you want to play with a Sniper, I would definitely recommend at least level 4, level 5 at least. Otherwise, go with your Viper. I like a Katana ball here because of the side spin 3. If you want to go with the Quasar, then you're just going to need to use a lot more curl on this shot to kind of make up for that lack of side spin. But if you have the Katanas, use them. It definitely will make this shot a lot easier. I go with my red ring right there along the edge of the rough line, and the yellow circle kind of just right there up above that shadow. You want that second bounce to be like 1 square in from the edge of the fringe, like you have it there, like I have it there. And then we're going to make our adjustment at plus 10% elevation. Max club, we're going to go with about a 1/4 ball of right curl on this shot here. And as you can see, it's going to come in nicely. It's going to have really good speed on the shot, but it's going to come in just a little bit to the left of the hole. So could have gone with maybe a little bit more right curl on that shot, and we could have possibly got that one to drop. All right, hole number 3. Now, hole number 3, I don't know. This is a hole where it's not popular. It's not a popular decision, but I think a Berserker ball is definitely needed on this hole, especially if you have lower level big toppers. So if you have a 4 and above, you may be able to get away with playing a Titan ball here. But anything below a level 4 big topper, you lose a lot of drive distance. So I think, a Berserker ball is really going to be necessary to give yourselves a really good chance at the eagle here. I'm not saying you can't still get the eagle with a lower level ball and lower level clubs, but it definitely would make it much more difficult. What I like to do on this drive, I like to aim up the right-hand side of the fairway and hit great left on purpose. Yes, on purpose. It's such a huge fairway that I like to use it to the best of my ability. So right there with the extra mile, with a big topper level 4, you see we got 462 yards. We could possibly play at least that one with the Titan if you wanted to, as long as you had a big topper 4 and up. But anything under a 4, I definitely would stick to the Berserker. As you see, we're playing with our big dog. We're in mid-range here, so that's another reason why I say that we could probably play that shot with the Titan with that club. Going max backspin and right spin. As you see, I'm aiming that ball guide kind of to bounce right in the mid of that bunker and the green on that fairway. So from here, we're going to go with about 2/3 to 1 ball of curl to the right. And then this one's going to come in nicely. It bounces before the bunker, and it rolls onto the green. And it rolled a little bit off the green, but that's a very easy chip in. For an eagle, I think if you don't play this hole with good balls, then this is going to be a difficult eagle, just because of the fact that you're either forced to try to go for a shot left or to the right of that bunker around the green and hopefully get a good roll, or play it short of that bunker and then try to make a short little chip over the bunker, which is definitely still a difficult play on the hole. Hole number 4, I'm going to show you this one from the left and from the right. First, I'm going to show you playing it to the right-hand side with the quarterback. I definitely recommend a side spin 3 ball on this one, and I decided to go with the katana ball. So we're going to line up our shot with our blue ring right there, kind of up there along the edge of the rough line. And then we're going to make our adjustment at plus 10%. On the shot, we're going to push back up to max distance, and we're still going to need to use a little bit of overpower with this quarterback. So we're going to go with our max curl to the right-hand side, and then we're going to use a little bit of overpower on this shot. I do hit this one perfect. I do believe this one is great proof, though, to the left and to the right. So we put this one up on the fairway, and that's going to leave me a wood shot to the green, which I will play at plus 10% elevation for this wood shot to the green. So what I'm going to do here is I want to use a left spin so that I can keep my ball target as far away from that left rough as possible. And then we're going to go with one backspin here, or do I go with half a bar of backspin? I think I end up going with a half a bar of backspin, but I should have stuck with 1 backspin. As you're going to see, the shot's going to come in, a little bit hot still with this shot, and I'm playing this one right at mid club. So you always want to find your max and your min, and then play your shot either at min or mid club are the best ways to play this hole. We hit great to the right, unfortunately, and that coupled with the only half bar of backspin, ball's gonna come in a little bit hot. So I would definitely recommend going with 1 bar of backspin on that shot, and I play at 10% elevation. All right, so now this time you're going to see me play it to the left-hand side with an extra mile, and I'm going to be using a sniper in this example. If you don't have a sniper, then you can play it with the Viper as well, and it will work basically the same, except just a little bit less ball guide. So for the shot here, I'm playing it with with the navigator ball here, and we're going max top spin and right spin, and we're just going to aim this one right up to the top of that middle of that fairway. We make our adjustment for our wind at plus 10%, and then we make sure we're at max distance on our shot. No curl is needed here, just hit it perfect. And we did that, and this one's going to come up the fairway and sit really nicely at a really good spot to give us a chance to drop it with our sniper. 348 yards. All right, so for this next shot here, I'm looking at this, and it looks like this is definitely going to be a downhill shot from this location on the fairway, so we will play plus 10% on this shot. We're going to find our max, and then we find our min club. So we're playing this one right about 25% club on that one. So we just take our number between our our mid and our min is what we do for the adjustment here. We're going to do our ball guide with our ball guide trailing just a little bit left of the hole and just barely short of the hole, because we do have a little bit more on the ball guide than what we can see, just because of the underdeveloped ball guide. We hit this one perfect after our adjustment, and we hit nicely, and as you can see, we get the camera angle and we get the drop. Our next hole is hole number 5. I'm going to show you how to play this one 2 different ways, once off the island and also once to the right hand side. I believe the first example is the shot off the island, I think so. Okay, so we're going to be playing this one at plus 10% mid club. So you're going to play mid club plus 10% here. Anywhere from 2 to 3 bars of backspin, and then I'm going to go with about 4. I'm going to go with max left spin here. So what we're going to do here is we went with 3 backspin, max left spin here on this shot, and you want to line this shot up with the ball guide and the target right there in the middle of that island with the good bounce, and then we're going to make our adjustment. It was plus 10% mid club, and then you want to hit this one perfect. If you have this one set up and lined up correctly, I think great left and great right will be okay. I would definitely not suggest trying it out though. So you want the ball to come up the slope and then back down to the hole, and if you catch it just right, you can catch that roll back down to the hole, but it's still a tough shot and not one that I would expect the ace on. So I'm going to show you, if you don't like playing it off the island, you can also play it to the right hand side. We're actually going to play this shot at mid club, as you're going to see, and then we're playing at plus 10% elevation, going with our max backspin and our max left spin on this shot, with our blue ring right there touching the edge of the rough line, as you can see. We make our adjustment for our wind, and then we're going to use our full curl to the left. We do hit great left, but that's going to be okay on this shot. And you're going to see this ball bounce in. It's going to use that slope on the green and then roll nicely back down to the hole. This is definitely another really great way to play this hole. And honestly, it's a safer way to play this hole. But I do still believe that the best way to get the ace on this hole will be the island bounce shot. And then use that back slope to come back to the hole. So, in my opinion, if you want to go for the ace, playing it off the island is going to be your best bet. Alright, hole number 6 here. I'm going to play this one to the left-hand side. And, I think using a power 3 ball is going to be the best way to play this hole. But I just feel like, we've been using premium balls so often on this course. I wanted to show you all that it is possible to play this one with the quasar ball as well. So max right spin, 2 bars of backspin on this shot. And you want to aim your ball guide kind of just to go into the fairway just to the right of that back bunker at the end of the fairway. Make our adjustment for the wind. Plus 10% is the way we play this hole. And you want to make sure you bring your big dog for the second shot. This will definitely be a shot you need for the big dog for. And the reason you play the power 2 or power 3 ball on this hole is for the second shot. It's going to make the second shot much easier. But, it's still possible to play this one with the power 1 ball. It just may require a little bit more overpower on the shot. So if you're someone that does not like playing overpower, then definitely I might recommend going with the power 2 or power 3 ball. So we're kind of looking at our location of our landing zone. We go with max right spin. I would go from 3 to 5 bars of top spin, depending on where you're playing the shot and also what ball you're playing with. So as you can see, with the quasar, we come in quite nicely to the left-hand side and leave ourselves a nice little chip for the eagle. If you want to see the power curl on hole 6, go back and watch my rookie refresh from the for the Easter Cup, and I do a power curl shot with the quarterback, which was used in the last Easter tournament. So definitely check that out if you're interested in seeing the power curl quarterback shot to the right-hand side and then the rough bump. All right, so for this hole here, we're going to be playing it off this little island here with our extra mile. Going to go with a navigator ball, well, with about 3.5 topspin and 2 bars of right spin here. We want the ball to bounce in the middle of that little circle there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to push my shot up and overpower just a tiny bit to get my line up, and then I'm going to pull back my adjustment here for 10%, plus 10% elevation max adjustment. Nice bounce here, and we're going to get the roll out here to about 324, 325 yards, somewhere right in there, and that's what you kind of expect for this hole. Hey, Kimmy is doing epic trash, awesome. All right, so for the next shot here, we're playing plus 10%. I like the backbone here. The only reason I would use the Goliath is if you have a Goliath with better ball guide than your backbone. That would be the only reason I would use the Goliath. I do like the backbone though because of its really good accuracy. So go 2 top, 2 left spin here. We're playing this one right about 75%. So right in between your mid and your max number is about where you're going to play the adjustment here on this shot. The only thing I would change here differently is I would line this shot up a little bit more to the left of the hole. I'm not sure whether or not it's the wind push or the push off the bounce that's pushing this shot a little bit more to the right when it comes in. As you're going to see, this one comes in a little bit more to the right. So I would play a little bit of an offset on this shot. I think that will give you a better chance at the drop. But definitely the 2 top and 2 left spin are good adjustments for the spin for the shot. Hole 8 here is our last and final par 3, and we're going to be playing this one to the right hand side. I'm going to show you first with the sniper and then also with the Viper, and I do play 2 different types of adjustments on this shot. So this first initial time we're playing plus 10% max adjustment, 3 bars of left spin, and then we're going to play with, we played 1.5 bar of top spin, just to see what it would do. So let's see how this one comes in. We're playing max plus 10% on the adjustment here. With the sniper, you'll play the same thing with the Viper if you use your Viper, which you'll see me to use on the next example. It comes in nicely here. It's going to catch a bounce here. And we get a little bit of a roll here. Not sure whether or not it's a glitch roll or what, but definitely, you know, something we're going to make a little bit of a switch here with on this next shot. So here this time, we're actually going to go with only about 1/2 bar of top spin and 3 left spin instead. And actually, I think I changed up the side spin on this one. Yeah, we went with max left spin this time and 1/2 bar of top spin, just to see if we can maybe get rid of that little glitch if it was a glitch. So we're lining it up pretty much the same exact way. Of course, your Viper ball guide is not going to be as developed as your sniper. So definitely, you know, don't worry about that. Just know that it is less developed, so it's going to be not as visible. We went with a little bit of left curl here this time. And this one actually comes in pretty nicely, I would say. If we had gone about 0.75 topspin, would have been really close on that one. So I think somewhere between 0.75 and 1/2 bar of topspin is going to be the good spin on that hole. All right, hole 9 here. Once again, unpopular choice. I know. But I just think the Zerk. I mean, you've got to go with the Zerk if you want to guarantee yourself the eagle on this hole. I think, you know, guaranteeing yourself those 2 drops with the Zerk really are going to push you up the leaderboard in this tournament. I just have a feeling. So, you know, especially if you don't have a level 4 and up big topper, I think the Zerk is necessary. Because anything, you know, 3 and below, you lose a lot of yardage on your driver, which causes you to have to overpower the shot more. We all know all know big toppers have less accuracy, so anything we can do to not have to overpower the shot, I think is a good play. You know, it's going to give you more yardage on the drive, but it's also going to give you that extra yardage on your second shot, which I think is really important. So we played plus 10% on the drive. We're going to play 5% on the second shot. As you can see, look, I'm landing in the middle of the fairway compared to landing back there in that rough and having to overpower my shot. So from this position, I can play a very simple shot to to get myself up to the green. I would stay away from that left rough because in the lower levels, less ball guide, it's much more difficult and you end up stuck in the rough more often than not. So I would just play this one safe to the right side of that rough and just play it up here to the green or to the edge of the green. I went with, I think, 3 bars of topspin there and some left spin to kind of just direct that ball back towards the pin. We get a nice shot and we end up right there on the fringe, which sets us up for a nice little chippy with our Firefly. So with our drive, we went 405 yards with the level 4 Big Topper and Zerk, and then we had a very easy big dog shot to the green edge, and then a very nice little chip to the hole for the eagle. All right, y'all, thank you for hanging out. Hopefully y'all have fun playing this Southern Pines Easter mini tournament. And just remember, it is a game. It is supposed to be fun. So y'all have a great Easter weekend, and God bless.